Hey guys, Banana Luck here and back with another Watcher of Realms video. We have the Ingrid banner that's upcoming. There's a whole other topic about this, whether we're getting way too many ancient banners coming out at the same time, because I think even the whales are complaining that they might not have enough ancient summons to actually get to Ingrid or to hit full Lord PD. So ancient Lord PD is at 212 ancient summons, and since the Paradise event has a free-to-play player, I guess. I mean, we haven't bought any packs since then. This is how many ancients we've came up to, 28. So not much, to be honest. Not even gonna be like what 20% of PD. So this is what everyone is at probably, but yeah, that's another topic for another day. So Ingrid is gonna be the new Watcher lot coming to Watcher of Realms, and she looks great. I really like how she has the chair thing going on. It's sort of like, who was that? This is one more unit with a. I forgot who was the other unit which had like a weird on-screen um, display going on. But yeah, if you see, yeah, pretty epic cinematic video that she has going on. Don't know what's the law behind this, but yeah. Really cool. Summon stairs and look at the tricks. To be honest, when they previewed her like very, very long ago, when they showed us like the upcoming heroes, where there was Lars, Predators, and Ingrid and all that, she honestly didn't look that great. But now that it's in like full like rendering and everything, like you can see her, I really like the design. Yeah. So if you are looking to summon this weekend, whether is it for the Hatsuk Glaciers banner or is it for the Ingrid banner that Watcher of Realms has been dropping teasers of, this part of the video is for you, especially for my Singaporean viewers. So Elitedias, which is now on screen, is actually a Singaporean-based WGO platform. So you can actually purchase WGO from them, and they accept most of the local payment methods. So PayNow, PayLah, GrabPay, Singtel Dash, as well as your other card mediums, which majority of the player base will be familiar with. So all the prices are in Singapore dollars, which is better for us because it means that we don't have to convert any currency. You just hit your player ID and your server ID here, and you're going to see the next step here. You can just select the amount of WGO you want, and all these prices are actually in Singapore dollars. And I've checked again that these prices are a lot better than what the other platforms can offer. Do also check your ID as well. Make sure it's correct before you proceed to make the payment. And do bear in mind that the top-ups here are also instant, so you don't have to worry. And if let's say you have any issues, you can actually hit them up on WhatsApp and check why there's a delay. And remember that top-up event that we had a few weeks back, Elitedias is also eligible for that because all these top-up events are tied to the game, not to actually the platform itself. And if let's say you don't just play Watcher of Realms and you want to further support my channel, you can top up through my link, just hit their logo at the top, and you're going to see many other games here. Things like Genshin Impact, Mobile Legends, PUBG, many other games, and all of them are priced in SGD, which is very favorable for us. So yeah, if you do want to support my channel, do use the link that I have in the video description. And back to the video. And let's just talk about the hero. First of all, this is probably the mage with the highest base attack in the game. 6,000, that's crazy. That's on like, what do you call that, Jira levels in terms of base damage. So looking really amazing here, first of all, and higher base stats just means more damage as you build her out. So let's take a look at her talent first. When deployed, enter Solar mode. Solar mode infuses dealing with a large number of enemies and launching 4 attacks turns the next basic attack into Solar Flare, which does 270% AOE damage up to 15 enemies in a wide front area. I've seen videos. This is like a 10 tower range or something. It's nuts. Like Ingrid is over here and he can be hitting units from all the way on the other side. That's just crazy. If there was friendly fire or something, I think Ingrid could hit like the units on the other guy's arena, like on the other side. Okay, so next one, Stellar Mode. This is single target focus and launching 4 attacks turns into Star Shower. Deals 50% damage to one enemy in range 9 times, and this is obviously 450% damage. But more on why this is amazing in a bit as we take a look at her passive later on. So first of all, this is a basic attack. So Solar Mode deals 120% AOE damage one time up to 8 enemies. Stellar Mode deals 60% damage 2 times to one enemy. So that's 120% damage. Pretty standard for basic attacks as far as that goes. And then her first passive. Triggering Solar Flare grants 1 solar energy point, and triggering Star Shower grants 1 stellar energy point. Up to 5 energy points can be accumulated, and each solar energy point or stellar energy point increases damage by 3%. And when it reaches 5 stacks, it triggers Solar Overload. So this is the AOE damage one. So it reduces attack interval by 15%, and during which you cannot cast your ultimate, which means you can't switch modes. So her ultimate is basically a mode switcher. You'll see details on it later. And same thing on the other side, Stellar Overload increases attack by 20%, during which ultimates cannot be used. And the damage increase from each energy point goes all the way up to 5 times 5%. So that's 25% damage increase. And then Solar Overload interval reduction goes up to 25% over here. And then the increased damage goes up to 30%. Pretty straightforward. It just benefits her on both ends, with the downside that you can't actually switch modes. You sort of have to be strategic about it. And then the last passive, Solar Flare, deals an extra true damage, one time equal to 100% of the hero's attack to enemies hit. Each damage dealt by Star Shower has a 15% chance of inflicting burning and a 15% chance of inflicting radiant erosion. So this is the amazing part that I was talking about. Remember Star Shower? How it turns into 9 attacks? What does this mean? When there's a 15% chance to cast both of this, those 9 attacks are going to go nuts because it's going to inflict either one of this. And the chance increases all the way up to 25%. And the true damage that she does when she does an AoE attack, that goes up to 150%. So she's going to be dealing true damage either way, whether it's from, basic attack, her AoE attacks, or her single target attacks. She is going to do that, and I can foresee her being an absolute beast in Samra, especially because she's going to do both burning and radiant erosion, which are all just extra damage sources. And radiant erosion is true damage, in case you weren't aware. Deals true damage based on the defense of the inflicted target, so we have no idea how much that means in terms of damage, but given how Praetus is a staple and Alistair A1 is pretty good as well, you can see this turning out really well. I have Alistair. I think adding Ingrid to the list might just be an overkill because Radiant Erosion doesn't stack in terms of different sources. They all just do the same Radiant Erosion. Whereas Burning, on the other hand, can coexist from all different sources. And then her last passive, this is just for Arena, increased damage by 15%. And then her ultimate, pretty straightforward. It goes down to 100 cost, and all it does is switch her mode from either AoE to single target. So very bonkers for Watcher unit, considering that Watchers had always had terrible units until recent times. We had Lucius, Constance, Alistair. These are the newer units that are great. Regulus, Crash. Who else was there? Yeah, Regulus, Crash, Alora. These are the bad guys. But yeah, other than that, we haven't had really any amazing units until Alistair, Lucius showed up, as well as Constance. you could potentially be running a Ingrid faction combined with Leia, Alistair, Lucius, as well as Constance. Could see that going pretty nuts because her lot bonus is pretty great. Basically, what it does is that we can't see it here. Oh, but we can see it here though. Okay, so ignore this usual bonuses. Let's just take a look at her unique bonus. After the Lord deals direct damage to an enemy, faction team members deal 20% extra damage to the enemy within 3 seconds. So if you're talking about Samra, all those units that we just mentioned, that we just talked about, they'll all get that 20% extra damage. So very good Lord. Not going to be as great as Praetor's though, to be honest, but I can foresee her being bonkers there. But enough of that, let's just take a look at Awakenings now. A1 in Stellar mode, this is the single target one, deals 20% increased damage to targets inflicted with Radiant Erosion and receives 20% less damage from targets inflicted with Radiant Erosion. I don't really care about the second bit, but the first bit is really good because she basically is able to land Radiant Erosion on units continuously. I've seen videos where, the 3 stack just never ever goes down. It just keeps refreshing. So that's what Ingrid is going to be great for. And this is a straight up 20% damage boost for her in that case. And then this one is just your usual base attack. You can't give her 5% because she already has a pretty nutty, base attack. So 5% is going to be pretty bonkers. And then increase faction members attack by 5%, that's normal. A3, on the other hand, I've heard is pretty great. So during Stellar and Solar Overload, which is that passive that she has, reduces the number of basic attack required by the talent to trigger Solar Flare and Star Shower to 1. So it means that, where was it? So Solar Overload and Stellar Overload last for 20 seconds. And every time he does this, she's gonna get like a point. So every time she deals damage, she's gonna get 1 point, right? Every time she triggers the Solar Flare or the Stellar, the Star Shower, she's gonna get 1 stack, and that happens every 5 attacks. And with A3, that's gonna make her go crazy because she's just gonna be on Solar Flare and Star Shower in between attacks, and you're gonna see her hitting like crazy. Probably see like numbers jump up by, I don't know, 50, 100% more in terms of damage because that's where most of the damage output is really coming from. Star Shower is the one that's dealing the crazy amount of Radiant Erosion and all that. So A3 is really bonkers for her. A4 is Penetration, pretty straightforward for DPS, and then A5, Solar Flare, ignores 25% magic resistance. Very niche, usage-wise, I would say. I'll say if you want to go like ham on her, A3 or A4 is the sweet spot. A5 could be great for GVG or some future content where, AoE damage is important. But as of now, where we're looking at, I think, A3 is really where the sweet spot is because she's just going to be casting Solar Flare and Stellar Overload, Star Shower like crazy. Every 1 hit, it means it's going to be a normal hit, Star Shower, normal hit, Star Shower, normal hit, Star Shower. And then after that, she will take like a few attacks to actually accumulate this because this happens every 4 attacks, right? So after 25 attacks, she's going to go back to that same mode again. And if let's say we get her attack interval down to like 1.5 seconds or something, you're going to see her going pretty nuts. So yeah, that's Ingrid. I am definitely going to summon for her. We'll get 30 Ancient Summons after we clock the full amount of Brave Conquest points. So that gives us 2 extra Ancient Summons. But I'm not going to be hoping for her because Ancient PD wise, we are at 8. That's not much. So it'll really take some banana luck to get there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we get lucky. But keeping my fingers crossed for this. If we do get lucky, it'll be really great because I can see her doing so well in Samra, and I have 3 Soul Stones just waiting for her. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. Do you skip traders? Did you actually wait for Ingrid? Because she looks great. Testings wise, she seems amazing as well. If you do, let me know down in the comment section below. And let me know what you think, should be great in other than Samra or Guild versus Guild or even Arena for that instance. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.